Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 8. So students, in the previous video we have completed reading with our chapter number 5 from the book Honeydew. The name of the chapter is The Summit Within. So this is a very interesting chapter and this chapter is having a lot of motivation and inspiration for all of us, and we have read Major H.P.S. Ahluwalia's experience when he was there as a member of that successful expedition of Mount Everest, right? And in the chapter he is talking about the summit within, and he is giving this message that always we should conquer that summit that is within our mind, right? So I am very much sure that the chapter is clear to you all and the message is also clear, and in today's video we will see the comprehension part, we will solve the questions. So now let's begin. Question first, standing on Everest the writer was. So in this question we have to tell that when our writer Mr. Ahluwalia, when he was standing on Mount Everest, when he was standing on the top of the world, so at that time he was. So now we are having some of the option. So let's read the option first. So he was overjoyed, he was very sad, he was jubilant and sad. So now we have to choose the right item. We are having three options and we have to choose the correct one, that what was his feelings, what emotions he was having when he was standing on Mount Everest. So after reading the chapter we all know that at that time he was jubilant and he was sad. It means yes, he was very much happy, he was very delighted because it was really a very big achievement, but at the same time he was having a tinge of sadness. Why? So we have discussed all the reasons, we have read all the reasons that why he was sad at that time. So yes, he was jubilant, he was very much happy, but yes, he was having a tinge of sadness as well. Second question is, the emotion that gripped him was one of. So now we have to tell that at that time the emotion that actually hold him, the emotion that actually gripped him was one of. Again we are having some of the options. So first read the options. First is victory over hurdles. Hurdles means obstacles, or we can say problems, difficulties. Second is humility and a sense of smallness. Next is greatness and self importance, and fourth is joy of discovery. So when he was standing on Mount Everest, when he was as a successful climber who climbed on the top of the world, so what was the emotion that actually gripped him? He was having so many emotions, but which one was the prominent one at that time? So we have to choose one emotion from all the options that we are having. So we all know what was the emotion that he was having. He was having the feeling of humility, and at the same time he was having a sense of smallness. So yes, उनके मन में बिल्कुल भी इस तरह की फीलिंग नहीं थी कि कोई ग्रेटनेस की फीलिंग है या सेल्फ इम्पोर्टेंस की फीलिंग है या फिर उन्होंने कुछ नया डिस्कवर किया है उसका जॉय था. नो, he was having a feeling of humility and he was having a sense of smallness. He was very much aware at that time that how small he is. Next question, the summit of the mind refers to. So we have read this phrase, the summit of the mind, in the chapter. So now we have to explain this phrase, that what this phrase means. So again we are having some of the options. So let's read. First, the great intellectual achievements. Next, the process of maturing mentally and spiritually. Next, overcoming personal ambition for common welfare. Next, living in the world of thought and imagination. Next, the triumph of mind over worldly pleasures for a noble cause. And next is a fuller knowledge of oneself. So now we have to mark the item, or there can be more than one item that are not relevant. It means अब हमें वो items, वो options choose करनी है जो इस phrase को explain नहीं करते हैं. Okay, so let's see our answer. First, great intellectual achievements, right? Second, we can write overcoming personal ambition for common welfare. Next, we can write living in the world of thought and imagination. Next question, answer the following questions. So now we have to answer these questions. Let's read the first one. What are the three qualities that played a major role in the author's climb? So in this question we have to write three qualities, three main qualities that are required, or we can say that are very much needed, that are very much essential to be a successful climber. So we have to write three qualities that the writer, that is Mr. Ahluwalia, he was having, and that qualities actually helped him to be a successful climber. So let's see the answer. How can we write the answer? The three qualities that ensured the success of the author were: first is endurance. Endurance means the power of toleration. Second is persistence. It means consistency of something. And the third is willpower, that we can say determination. So yes, these are the three main qualities, these are the three main characteristics that the author was having. And yes, these characteristics are very much important, very much essential to be a successful climber. So our writer, our author, that is Mr. Ahluwalia, he was having endurance, he was having persistence, and he was having a very strong willpower. Next question, why is adventure which is risky also pleasurable? So now in this question we have to write the answer of the reason. We have to write the reason that why the adventure is always risky, but at the same time adventure is also pleasurable. It means we have to explain this thing, that in the chapter we have read that it is a very common human tendency, it is a very common human nature, that we all human beings, we always feel a great happiness, we always are very much delighted whenever we overcome so many obstacles. So why the adventure जो होता है वो क्या होता है, it is always full of so many risks. So why we human being, we feel a lot of pleasure in these adventures? So we have to write the reason. So let's see the answer. Mountain climbing is a great adventure but is also risky. So now in this chapter we are talking about mountain climbing as a adventure. So yes, mountain climbing, it is a great adventure, but yes, at the same time it is very much risky. It is a great challenge, and doing a challenging job is itself pleasurable. So yes, it is a very challenging job, it is a great challenge, because we have to be physically fit, we have to be mentally fit, because बहुत सारी difficulties होती हैं, बहुत सारे obstacles होते हैं that each and every climber they have to face. So to face all the challenges you have to be strongly fit, not only physically but also mentally. So yes, it is a great challenge, and always doing a challenging job is always pleasurable. It gives immense joy to the doers when they overcome all the obstacles. And as we have discussed that it is a common human tendency that whenever we overcome all the obstacles, whenever we overcome all the difficulties and problems, then always it gives immense joy. Immense means we can say a lot of joy. So yes, इसीलिए जो adventure होते हैं, yes, they are risky, but at the same time they are very much pleasurable. Next question, what was it about Mount Everest that the author found irresistible? So now in this question we have to talk about Mount Everest, that what qualities are there in Mount Everest that the author he was totally irresistible to attract towards Mount Everest. Okay, so in the chapter we have discussed this thing, that the writer, since from his childhood he was having a deep fascination, a deep interest towards the mountains. So why Everest? Okay, so what was the reason that the writer Mr. Ahluwalia he climbed on Mount Everest? Because of which qualities, right? So let's see the answer. Mount Everest attracted the author because it is the highest, the mightiest, and has defied many previous attempts. It takes the last ounce of one's energy. So what is the reason that the author he chose Mount Everest? Because Mount Everest attracted the author Mr. Ahluwalia. Why? Because Mount Everest is the highest peak. We all know this thing, that Mount Everest, it is the highest peak, and it is the mightiest one, and it has defied, it has restricted so many previous attempts. So yes, this particular peak, that is Mount Everest, it is full of challenges, it is full of difficulties, and it actually takes the last ounce of one's energy. So because of this reason, Mount Everest, it attracted our author, that is Mr. Ahluwalia. Next question. One does not do it, that is climb a high peak, for fame alone. What does one do it for really? So now in this question, first of all we are having one statement. Let's read the statement. The statement is that one does not do it. It means climb a high peak just for fame, just to because of this thing that he wanted to be a very famous climber. So this alone cannot be a reason. So now we have to write that then what is the reason that people they become climber, they climb the mountain. So what is the real reason, what is the reason behind this thing that we have to discuss here. So students, you can write your own answer according to you after reading the chapter. What is there in your mind? What do you think that why people they climb the mountains? Because this is true, this is a fact, that it is not only to get the fame, it is not only because of this thing that they wanted to be a famous personality. No, then what is the real reason? So you can write your own answer here. Let's see how can we write. Conquering summit is a great physical achievement. So now we all know that whenever we conquer summit, whenever we conquer the highest peak, then it is a very great physical achievement. It is really a very big achievement. But more than that, it gives the climber the emotional and spiritual satisfaction. So yes, it actually needed a lot of physical strength, physical fitness is important. So yes, it is physical achievement, but at the same time it also gives emotional and spiritual satisfaction. It satisfies man's eternal love for adventure, and all the people who are having eternal love, who are having immense love for adventure, they are only capable to be a successful climber. And yes, this thing also satisfy this love, this eternal love for adventure, this eternal love for mountains. Next question. He becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. This awareness defines an emotional mention in the first paragraph, which is the emotion. So now in this question, first of all we are having one sentence from the chapter, from the text. Let's read the sentence. The sentence is that he becomes conscious in a special manner of his own smallness in this large universe. So we have read this statement, this sentence in our chapter. Now the question is that this awareness defines one of the emotion that is mentioned in the first paragraph of the chapter. So now we have to write about what emotion was that. So we have to write that emotion here that we have read in the first paragraph of our chapter. So the answer is that here the emotion is humility, right? Because we have to tell the emotion that shows one's smallness. So yes, this emotion is humility, because when you are standing on top of the world and the entire world is lying below you, so at that time you are having this emotion, this feeling, this realization of your smallness. So yes, this emotion is humility. This emotion is to have the feeling of that you should be humble, you should be polite. And yes, we have read about this emotion in our first paragraph of the chapter. Next question. What were the symbols of reverence left by the members of the team on Everest? So in this question, we have to write about the symbols of reverence that we have read in the chapter, that when Mr. Ahluwalia, finally he was there on the top of the Mount Everest, finally he was there on the summit of the Everest. At that time, not only Mr. Ahluwalia, but so many other team members, they left some of the symbols as a reverence on the Mount Everest. So in this question, we have to write about those symbols. So let's see the answer. The author left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. So first of all, we are writing about our writer, that is Mr. Ahluwalia himself. So our author, he left on Everest a picture of Guru Nanak. So each and every member, according to the religion that they that they follow, according to the god and goddess that they worship, they left some or other symbols on Mount Everest. So first of all, we are writing about Mr. Ahluwalia. So he left a picture of Guru Nanak. Next, Rawat left a picture of goddess Durga. So one of the team member is Mr. Rawat. So he left a picture of goddess Durga there. Food Dorji left a relic of the Buddha. Again, one more team member is there, that is Mr. Food Dorji. So he left a relic of Buddha there. Edmund Hillary, being a Christian, buried a cross under the rock. And one more mountaineer, one more famous personality that we all know is Edmund Hillary. So Edmund Hillary buried a cross. So why? Because according to Christian religion, Edmund Hillary buried a cross under the rock. All these were symbols of reverence for God. So all these things, all these pictures, they were just the symbol to show the reverence towards God. Clear? Next question, what according to the writer did his experience as an Everester teach him? So now in this question we have to discuss that when our writer Mr. Ahluwalia, when he was a successful climber who was there on the top of the Everest, so after that experience, what were the things that now he is aware of? What were the things, what were the lessons that he actually learned, right? So this experience when he was a successful Everester, so this experience teaches him so many things. So we have to discuss, we have to write about all those things that he actually learned after this experience when he was a successful Everester. So let's see the answer. The experience of having conquered Mount Everest changed him completely. So in the chapter we have read this thing so many times. When the writer, he was talking about this thing that once you are there on the mountains, when you are there on the top of the mountains, then this thing actually changes you completely. This thing actually brings a great transformation within you. It made him realize his own smallness and the greatest change that he was having now, that now he was very much aware of his own smallness. So अब उनके मन में बिल्कुल भी proud, बिल्कुल भी ego या greatness वाली feeling बिल्कुल भी नहीं थी, because now he was very much aware of this thing, that how small he was. So yes, this was the greatest change, this was the greatest transformation that now he was having after his experience, after this thing, that yes, he conquered Mount Everest. Clear? So students, we have completed all the question answers that we are having. I hope the chapter and the question answers, everything is clear to you all. And yes, it is a very important chapter, very interesting chapter, and at the same time so many inspiration and motivations are there in the chapter. So in the next video we will start reading with our next poem. See you in the next video. Thank you.